You know that feeling, right? Just completely swamped when you're trying to figure out making money online. Especially in that whole MMO world, it feels like everyone's shouting different strategies, different secrets. You just end up confused, maybe even stuck.
Oh, absolutely. It's classic information overload. There's so much out there, so many different ways people say you should be doing things. It can honestly leave you more lost than when you started.
Yeah, which is why we wanted to do this deep dive. We looked at some specific research to see, what actually resonates.
Right. We focused on an open source project, actually. It's from a Philibert, and it looks really closely at MyLeadGenSecret MLGS.
Exactly. So think of this as us digging through that data with you. We're trying to pull out the insights, the stuff that genuinely seems to click with people looking for MMO opportunities.
Yeah, our mission here is really to get past the surface noise. We want actionable stuff, not just what angles work, but crucially, why they work. What's the psychology? And this is based on, real testing and observation within that niche.
Okay, so let's get into it. One of the first things that jumps out from the research is, well, in this whole make money online space, things framed as educational or done for you, they tend to do pretty well.
They do, but, and this is really the kicker, how you frame the opportunity is absolutely critical. It's not just the offer itself.
It's the presentation.
Exactly. You could have a great system, but if your initial pitch doesn't connect with what people actually need or worry about, it's just going to fall flat. The research basically nails down 5 specific angles that seem to connect really well, especially for people maybe newer to MMOs.
Okay, angle number one. Let's talk about the done-for-you system appeal,
Mm.
the DFY angle. And this makes so much sense, doesn't it? I mean, I remember starting out just thinking about websites, autoresponders.
Hmm.
It felt like this huge technical mountain.
Totally. And many people feel that exact same way. They're instantly put off by the perceived complexity, tech stuff, copywriting, design. So the done for you angle works because it directly tackles that overwhelm, that
It
friction.
removes the fear of the tech.
Precisely. It addresses that fear of, oh, I can't handle the technical side, or I don't know how to write emails that sell.
Mm.
So the research gives a great example of framing MLGS this way. Something like, look, this system, it gives you over 100 leads daily, and you email them right from inside the platform.
No website needed, no
No.
separate autoresponder, just log in, send your email, boom.
Exactly. See how clear that is? It just strips away all those perceived complications.
Right. And that clarity, that simplicity,
Hmm.
that's what builds the initial belief, isn't
No,
it?
absolutely. It makes it feel achievable. It creates that feeling of, okay, wait, maybe I can do this, which is huge for someone who's hesitant.
It lowers the barrier dramatically.
Yeah.
Because that's DFY. What's the next angle?
Angle 2 flips the script a bit. It's framed as build your list while getting paid.
Ah, okay. We all hear the money is in the list, right?
Hmm.
But building a list usually costs money or time or
Mhm.
both.
Usually, yeah. It's seen as an upfront investment, a cost of doing business. This angle kind of reframes that. It taps into that core understanding that the list is valuable, but it adds a twist. It suggests you can actually build that asset profitably from the start by leveraging the system's own affiliate program.
Interesting. So the way you'd pitch it is maybe something like, most people pay money just to build their email list. With this system, you're building your list and potentially earning commissions right away.
Exactly that. It's a really compelling proposition because it speaks to that entrepreneurial mindset.
It's not just a tool. It's presented as a smart strategy.
Right. You're building a long-term asset, your list, but maybe without that initial out-of-pocket cost for leads because referrals can cover it. It feels like building something real, something sustainable.
Okay, makes sense. Moving on to angle number 3. This one is passive income with daily action.
Yeah, this one's interesting because passive income is obviously a huge draw, but people are also, pretty skeptical.
Understandably so. We've all seen the crazy promises.
Right. So this angle tries to find that sweet spot. It balances the desire for passive income with, like, realistic, doable steps. It avoids the get-rich-quick-doing-nothing vibe, which often rings hollow. Instead, it offers this feeling of safety and steady growth through consistent, manageable effort.
So it's
Okay.
passive, but not completely hands-off.
Kind of. It acknowledges you need to do something. The research suggests framing it like, just send one email a day. Seriously, that's the core action.
And because you get 100 plus new leads daily, your reach automatically grows.
Exactly. Sending one email. That doesn't sound overwhelming, does it? It feels manageable.
No, that feels like something you could actually stick with.
Right. No complex funnels to build, no huge learning curve for the daily task. But you still get the compounding effect of those daily leads. That combination of simplicity and consistency builds belief. People can picture themselves doing it.
Okay, I see how that works. Angle 4 now, the break-even fast approach.
Yeah, this one really leans into the caution people feel, especially if they've maybe been burned before.
Tried things that didn't work out, lost a bit of money. Yeah, that makes you hesitant.
Totally. Past disappointments create this real financial apprehension. So, highlighting how quickly you might just cover your costs, that lowers the perceived risk significantly.
It's less about getting rich overnight and more about not losing.
Pretty much. It taps into loss aversion. The framing suggested is like, look, the system costs about $1 a day. Get just one or two referrals paying for the system, maybe per week, and you've covered your cost.
Anything after that is profit.
Right. It shifts the immediate goal from making bank to just breaking even, which feels much more attainable, much less risky.
And the research mentioned testimonials supporting that quick break-even point.
Yeah, it seems there's social proof around people getting those initial sales fairly quickly, which definitely adds to the believability of this angle. It makes the low-risk entry feel more concrete.
Gotcha. Okay, one more angle. The fifth one is you can start immediately with leads waiting.
Ah, yes. The instant gratification angle,
But
basically.
we all want that sometimes, don't we? Especially when you're starting something new. You just want to do something, see some progress.
Absolutely. Impatience is real, especially for beginners. The frustration of waiting, of setting things up before you can take any meaningful action, this angle cuts right through that. And MLGS has this built-in advantage because the leads are there from day one.
So the pitch is super direct. You don't have to wait. Your first 100 leads, they're ready right now. Log in, send your first email today.
Exactly. It overcomes that inertia, that feeling of being stuck before you even start.
It gives you an immediate win.
Right. A tangible action you can take right now. Instead of just thinking about it, you log in, you send an email. That quick feedback loop can be really powerful for keeping people engaged.
So those are the 5 key angles the research highlighted.
Yeah.
But it also had some final thoughts, right?
Yeah.
About the overall approach.
Yeah, and this is really important. The takeaway wasn't just about these specific angles, but about the style of communication that works. It really emphasized moving away from hype. Like, don't promise people they'll make thousands overnight.
Because that often lacks credibility.
Exactly. It sounds too good to be true. The research suggests what works better is clarity. Really understanding the emotional drivers of your audience, the overwhelm, the desire for simplicity, the fear of loss, and framing outcomes that feel genuinely believable.
So instead of the hype, focus on what? Consistency.
Yeah, focus on building something real. Frame it around that consistent daily action, just sending one email. Combine that simple task with smart messaging that uses these angles we've discussed.
It sounds like the research positions MLGS less as a magic button and more as a sensible system.
I think that's a great way to put it. It highlights the consistency, the simplicity, and the leverage getting those daily leads. For someone looking for a straightforward path, not a lottery ticket, this approach can really resonate. It could be that turning point.
So for you listening, the big takeaway here is really understanding why these angles work. It gives you a much clearer way to think about the MMO niche, maybe cut through some of the noise yourself.
Yeah, and it prompts a good question. Which of these angles actually resonates most with you? With your own experience or understanding of online business? And maybe think about how you could apply these underlying principles, addressing overwhelm, offering quick wins, focusing on consistency, even outside of this specific MLGS context.
Good point. And just to mention again, this deep dive was based on research by Peter Graff over on Affilibear. Definitely check out the original article if you want to go even deeper.
Absolutely. Ultimately, it seems like the path forward, whether with the system or any other, involved clarity, offering real value, and connecting emotionally. Do that, and you've got a much better chance of building something meaningful online.